Hello and what is going on, everybody? It's Steven here and welcome back to another gaming headset review. Today we're going to check out the GamDias Hebe version 2. So yeah, thanks to GamDias for sending me out some products to review. So we have here the GamDias Hebe version 2 entry-level, mid-budget to low-budget gaming headset. Works with the PlayStation 4 and on the computer, so that's actually why I review that thing here. Because, you know, I play a lot of PlayStation 4 too, and it absolutely sucks because currently I'm using in-ears to game, and you have to connect the headset to the controller. So actually I didn't want to spend $100 on a headset for the PlayStation 4, so I was just playing with my headset from my smartphone. Okay, but yeah, the times are gone, so I'm now using the GamDias Hebe version 2, once again thanks to GamDias, and in the next days you will see some other gaming accessories like mouse and keyboard. Will be really awesome, so make sure you check this out too. Alright, so many people ask me, what headset do you use on the computer? And honestly I have to say, probably the best one I've ever had in my life, and this is the Sennheiser Game Zero, I think. I also have the Game 1, no, it's the Game 1, sorry. I have both. I have also the Game Zero, so it's basically a foldable headset. But the Game 1, in my opinion, this is now 2 years old, and just check this out. I mean, it's dirty as fuck because I use it all day long. And also the microphone here, I just spilled coffee over the microphone. It's super noise cancelling, but this headset costs something like €200 on Amazon, so you can check it out. And this is way too expensive for most of the people, and actually I would say I wouldn't buy it for 200. So this was a gift from Sennheiser, once again thanks, but honestly 200 is way too much for a headset, which is very old-fashioned with 3.5mm plugs without an adapter, something like that. Alright, so that's why I have here the GamDias Hebe, because it's cheap, it's entry level, works on the PlayStation 4 and works on the computer, so that's the interesting thing, and I want to use it on the PlayStation 4, not on the computer, because I have the Sennheiser for the computer. But we're also going to test a little thing here on the computer, so yeah, don't worry. As always, you can find a link down below in the description to GamDias, and it's, as I've said, 30 to 40 bucks. It really depends where you buy from. If you're from the US, it's, I think, a bit more expensive. But honestly, I've never heard of GamDias before. I think in the esports scene, it's probably a bit more known, but honestly, I never heard of this before, so I'm really curious on how that thing here will perform. But yeah, pretty cool. So let's get directly started. Let's have a look on what we can find inside of the box, and then we're going to test the headset, and after this you will hear my final conclusion about it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so what can you find inside of the box? First of all, a quick installation guide / user manual. It comes in different languages, as you can see, but basically just contains one page in each language how to set everything up, like how to connect the splitter, and basically it's so easy to use, so you don't need that. Then here we can find some stickers. So here we have the GamDias logo, and here you can see it in black. It looks kind of nice here in gold. So actually, I never heard of GamDias before, but it seems that they are a little bit famous in the esports scene, but well, I don't know. And here you can see that creamy sticker. Well, it looks kind of nice, so you can put it on your computer, do whatever you want to with them. But now let's have a look at the important stuff, like this little Star Wars, spaceship. No, just joking. So this is actually the remote control. And this remote control / splitter is really cool because it comes with a volume slider, as you can see. So let me zoom a little bit in here. Here you can adjust the volume, so up and down with that little slider. And we have 2 buttons. And this reminds me a lot of some old cassette player. Is it called like this in English? You know what I mean. So huge buttons, like in a car radio, and if you press them, they just stick in place. And we have here 2 functions. So we have mute the microphone, and we have mute audio. And I think the mute audio button is really cool because I've never seen that on a headset before. Usually they just come with volume adjustment and mute microphone, but this also comes with mute audio. I mean, not some really breaking feature, but it's nice to have. And looks kind of cool, so really like Star Wars. Here we have the input, so the 3.5mm connector, and you connect here the headset, so this one, and then it basically just splits the signal in 2 cables, so one microphone connector and one stereo headphone connector. So here's a sticker, and one cable is coming out of the device, so that's pretty good. And the splitter is actually just here, so this basically splits the one cable in 2 cables, and at the end of this you have the 2 connectors, and one is for the microphone, one is for the stereo speakers. Well, if you want to use that headset on the PlayStation 4, you cannot use that splitter anymore because, you know, the PlayStation 4 controller just comes with one input, and that's a 3.5mm jack with actually, 3 connectors, which is microphone plus, also left and right, and in the middle, not microphone left and right, I'm so retarded, I mean speaker left and right and microphone. So that's the only bad thing. If you want to use it on the PlayStation 4, you don't have any volume adjustment slider here anymore, like here. You really have to do everything in the settings of your console. I mean, not a big deal, so you can also just, do it on your TV, so that's not the biggest problem so far. Then let's have a quick look at the headset itself. So now it gets really interesting. Here we have the first ear pad, and that's the right one, so there's no microphone, but I like the design, so we have here some cool pattern on the inside, and it's a little bit loose, so the ear pad here is a little bit wobbly, as you can see. We have here the Hebe logo, and it looks really cool, so gaming style. And here on the inside you can see the ear pads, so the ear cushions, and it's fake leather, so feels kind of smooth. And honestly, I have to say, I had a lot of headsets and many of them came with such fake leather, just like also the Logitech wireless headset I had, and after 1 year, it was falling apart. Then let's have a quick look at the Sennheiser. So just as a little comparison, I have here some textile. I mean, it looks dirty as fuck because I use it all day long and it doesn't look really good and tasty, but it's so soft and stable, so that's actually quality. But honestly, you could buy 5 or 6 Hebe version 2 for one Sennheiser, so you always have to think about it. Do you have now so much money? Do you want to spend so much money? Is it enough for you? So that are things I cannot tell you. We can just have a look here at the headset and I will tell you my opinion on it. Alright, so the inside kinda nice. You can remove that if you want to. Under that you will find some plastic plate, and under that, if you remove it once again, you can see the speaker, which we'll do a little bit later. Okay, so we have 2 ear pads, stereo speakers, not 7.1. That's just stereo with one microphone. And here you can see the microphone, so you can basically rotate it here like this, up and down. And this is really hard to do, so you have to apply a lot of force here. But you can see that cord which connects the earpiece with the microphone. And in my opinion, this is way too easy to bend, because I can do that with my little finger without applying any force. And if you, for instance, just bend it here like this, you see it pops a little bit back. I mean, you would use it always like that because you see that the cord is very short and it's always actually left from the microphone, which isn't a huge problem because this is a unidirectional microphone, so it only goes in one direction, which basically just catches the sound coming out of your mouth, which is a good thing. But in my opinion, this is a little bit too short, so it's a little bit on my cheek and not my mouth. I will later show you that. It's just my feeling, so my Sennheiser is way longer than this. I think this is just a little bit short, but it depends on, your personal feeling and your head size. So let's have a look at the microphone, and here it is, and you can see there is no obvious pop filter, so textile pop filter like on some other headsets, and I'm not really sure how noise cancelling this microphone is, but we'll later do a recording test in Audacity with some different effects and without effects, so you can hear the quality. Here we have the hole, so the hole's only on this side, and that's because it's a unidirectional microphone which just points to your mouth. Well, we have 50mm gaming class drivers in each ear pad. We'll just check them out a little bit later, but let's have a look at the headband. And it says it's a featherweight headband. And you can also extend that, and really it weighs nothing and it feels very good so far. But let's have a closer look at that headband here. And here on the inside we have here some textile, as you can see. And basically it's just mounted or fixed here with 2 cords, and they are very thin, but they seem to be very stable. So you can see I can just apply a lot of force and they do not break. So far it's looking good. I cannot tell you how stable that is in the future too, because if you use it for 1, 2, 3 years, well, actually I don't expect that such a headset lasts longer than 2 years. Then here we have 2 metal bars, and over those metal bars we have some rubber tubes to protect them, and it seems to be very, very stable. So far I absolutely like it. Here at the top on the headband we have the GamDias logo, and well, that's basically it. So that's the whole headset. And you can see the cable is coming out here of the left ear pad, and cable also looks kind of nice. So well, what I will do now is I will just hook this little baby up to my computer, and then we'll do some recording test. I will tell you how it feels. But before we do that, let's maybe take it apart to check out the speakers on each side. We'll probably do it on this side because there we can also check out the soldering joints for the microphone. So guys, let's just go and let's do it. Now guys, you know me, I have to take everything apart, so I just did it. And here you can see the left speaker. We can see here 32 ohms, 20 milliwatts. We have here the connections, and that's the left speaker, so we also have here the connections for the microphone. We have here plus and minus, as you can see. So far it's looking good, and I had some more expensive headsets, like some Fidelity headset, and the build quality was even worse than that. So far it's not looking too bad. And yeah, now I would say let's do some quick tests on the computer so you can hear the quality of the microphone, and then I will also tell you how it feels on my head and how the sound quality feels for me. Alright guys, I've now tested this headset for a while, and it's now time to talk about the wearing comfort. And well, it feels pretty good here on my head, and I can extend it a lot, so it fits really small heads and quite big heads, just like mine. And it's also a little bit noise damping, so you don't hear so much noise from the outside. You could still talk with another person, and it's about 40% noise damping, I would say, something like that. So not perfect noise damping, but it's okay. The only thing which I don't like is that, yeah, it depends on how you put that headset here on your head, is that the microphone here is not really long. So just check this out, it actually stops here before reaching my mouth. This is not good. I mean, I have to put it away here like this so that it can even catch the voice coming out of my mouth. And for small heads, this is probably not a problem at all. And if I just put it on here like this, it's a little bit better, but still not perfect. And this is the only weakness I see so far. And you can really, yeah, bend it so easy. So this should be thicker and definitely longer to also fit big heads, just like my damn head here. I can just show you quickly the Sennheiser, the Game 1, and this is perfect. Just check this out. I mean, it's stupid to compare two headsets like this, like price category, yeah, €200, 30, but just check this out. The microphone is very long, you can bend it in each direction, it's very stable. And basically, yeah, you see, it's in front of my mouth. So also the input level on that microphone is way higher than on this one. And that's the problem. Now, if you have a low input volume, then you have to boost it in Windows. So you give it plus 20 dB, plus 30 dB. But you don't only boost the microphone, so the voice, you boost actually all the background noise from the crappy amplifier and from the noise coming into the microphone. So that's really bad, because then you have to filter everything out again, and it gets very noisy with the boost. There is an option in Windows, noise filtering, but then you sound like you would be an alien somewhere underwater. It doesn't sound so good, so there are definitely effects to improve that. But actually I prefer a good input volume at low gain, which I definitely get with the Sennheiser. But I don't get this here with that one. And this is probably because the microphone really, it's left from my mouth and far away from my mouth, even if I bend it here like this. I mean, it's not catching the voice because I have a big head. And also if I put it on here like this, you see, it's just too short. For small heads, this probably won't be a problem, but for me, this is a huge problem. And yeah, I would say let's just go to the computer, let's record some test samples with filter, without filter, so you can hear the difference. And all in all, the wearing comfort is nice, so the strap here, it doesn't put a lot of pressure on your head. But if you just check out here the length of the microphone, this is seriously too short. And if I just put it here like this to my mouth, then the input gain is quite okay. And well, that's just for me because I have such a big head. Probably it works better with your head or whatever, but honestly I have to say that's why I prefer my Sennheiser. But not bad at all for 30 bucks. Let's just go to the computer, let's record some test recordings so you can hear the quality of the microphone. So guys, we're now here on the computer. Here's a quick test of the microphone of the GamDias Hebe. I'm already using it, Hebe version 2. And well, the sound not really good, a lot of background noise. We can just have a quick look here at the Windows sound settings. So here's the microphone. I'm using the onboard sound card, so that's basically what most people are going to use because sound cards are expensive, but it would result in a way better audio quality. Alright, if we have a look at levels, you can see the microphone is already at 100% volume. The only thing you can do to get it louder is you can boost it. So we have 10 dB, plus 20 dB and 30 dB, which is already very loud, but it also amplifies or boosts the background noise. And if I put the microphone here more to my mouth, so if it would be longer, then we would also have, a higher volume, which would be better. But as I've said before, it depends on your sound card, it depends on your settings. But now let's do just some test recording here on Audacity. Alright guys, so this is a quick test recording with the GamDias Hebe here in Audacity, and I want to hear how this sounds. So there we go. Stop. Okay, let's play back that. Alright guys, so this is a quick test recording with the GamDias Hebe here. Oh, I already hear there's a lot of background noise. So basically what you would have to do, you would have to mark that, go to Effects, and then actually go to Noise Removal, which is here in German. Sorry guys, but well, you create the profile and then you can remove that. Sounds pretty strange then, but yeah, that's basically what you would have to do, and after that you would have to amplify it. And basically we have here in German verstärken, which is amplify, and you can just set here the the amplification level in dB. Like you see, I can now just make the volume higher. Let's see how that sounds. Recording with the GamDias Hebe here in Audacity. Okay, so the actual sound quality of the microphone is okay, but there's still a lot of background noise which you would have to remove. So the amplifier also from my sound card, probably not the best. It really depends on your sound card, but most people are going to use the onboard sound card, so probably you guys will have a lot of noise there because the onboard sound chips, they are quite noisy. But also the microphone is not the best, so if I use my Sennheiser, then the quality is way better. So it always depends on the combination of sound card and your headset. So what you would have to do if you really want to upload that or some other voiceover, you would have to do a lot of editing, like cut off the background noise, amplify everything because you don't want to use the boost actually. And well, that's basically it. So that's the sound quality which you can also hear right now. So actually the microphone, if it would be longer, we would have a higher volume, we would probably don't have to amplify it so much, which would be better in my opinion. All in all, the microphone quality is okay, but a lot of background noise, as you have heard. Alright, so that's the microphone. All in all, that's probably the weakest thing here. The speakers, they're definitely okay. And I will now tell you something about the sound quality and my final conclusion about this headset. So I just forgot to test something, which is actually the noise reduction here from the onboard sound. So noise suppression, which we can activate. So yeah, how does it sound now? Let's try it. This is a quick test with noise suppression. Actually, there shouldn't be any background noise, but yeah, it just cuts off everything and then you sound like you would be underwater in a tube. So let's check this out. There we go. So you hear no noise. This is a quick test with noise suppression. Actually, there shouldn't be any background noise. Here you can hear now how it sounds with the noise reduction. Then we're going to amplify it once again. 20 dB. Noise suppression. Actually, there shouldn't be any background noise, but yeah, it just cuts off everything and then you sound. Okay, so you hear how it sounds. The noise is gone, but your voice somehow sounds a little bit robotic because it's just cutting off something from the bottom, from the top, and it doesn't sound so dynamic anymore. Anyway, well, the headset quality of the microphone is okay, but it's still low budget, so well, not the best. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're now here at the end of this review, and here comes my final conclusion about the GamDias Hebe version 2. So I also tested it on the console. If you want to use it on the PlayStation 4, no problem, just plug it here into your controller. You see, it fits perfectly, and it sounds just like on the computer. You maybe have to play a little bit around with the settings, but it really doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the audio quality. Now the highs and the mids and the highs, they sound really clear, but I think it lacks a little bit of bass. And it comes with 50mm gaming, what does it say here? Gaming class drivers. Well, the mids and the highs, they sound actually really good, but I miss some bass on this headset. And the bass, it sounds a little bit spongy, so it doesn't sound so clear and hard. It sounds a little bit strange. But well, mids and highs, they sound really good. So I did listen to some house, and except of the bass, I was actually very satisfied. Then, as you may see here, and you have seen the speaker, so it's no 7.1 virtual headset or something like that. So really just a simple headset with a single jack for the console, with 2 jacks for your computer, and that's it. For the price, it's not too bad, but I absolutely don't like the microphone. It's way too short in my opinion, and also the quality, so it's not so noise cancelling. You did hear my computer a little bit. You hear a lot of noise if you don't have a proper sound card, so it really depends on your computer, but the noise will still be there. And it's the noise, for instance, if you listen to my Sennheiser headset, you can just check out the tech talks I do on YouTube. I always do them with the Sennheiser. And it sounds really quite decent, while this headset here, it's okay for gaming because you just need it to communicate. But for recording something, if you want to do some Let's Plays, for instance, and you think that's a perfect headset, no, don't. It's an entry-level headset, and for that it's okay. And for the console, really, I don't give a damn. I don't want to say that now, but I really don't care if I just play Call of Duty and then just say something into the chat. So it really doesn't matter for me. And for this, it does the job, and $30 definitely okay for the price. So just decide for yourself, is the quality enough for you? Do you need a better microphone? But so far, as I've said, sound quality, mids and highs, did listen to some house, did listen to some rock. It was okay, but the bass sounded a little bit spongy and not really, it was a bit undefined, if I can just say it like that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that was my review of that headset, gaming mouse and keyboard. They look very promising, and the review is coming in the next day, so stay tuned. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching, so have a nice day. I really hope I see you again in my next videos, and see ya, and bye bye.